EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a sold-out Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. He finds an opening past the 40. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
The ball carrier.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 30. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. After the interception, here's Jackson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And some space here. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for the Bengals TD. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. An option handoff here to Dobbins. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. 66 yards. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point. Justin Tucker for the extra point. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Bengals 6. Justin Tucker to kick
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Patrick Queen on the
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and 10.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. He'll let it go deep for Foster toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That'll be complete to Breida. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about Going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded just inside the 20. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
20-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there.
Ball carrier.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Coverage there by the former first-round pick, William Jackson.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, Burrow. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And that's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. So that'll back him up 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. And they go play action now. Burrow. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. That's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross there to make make the grab. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. A sensational one-handed grab in the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, you're so kind. That's definitely in my mind. But how about this? They always tell guys going after the ball, the receivers especially, you got to have a single-minded obsession to go get it. How about going up with a single hand and making that happen? I don't know if it gets much better than what we just saw there.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. He may try and run for this. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And inside inside the 20 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. It's another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now an option play on 2nd down. That one caught out wide by Boykin. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown.
A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Back to Mixon on 1st down, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Mixon on the carry.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. And it's incomplete.
Burrow's pass thrown away and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Burrow will throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards.
Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
We play to win. Let's go.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Mixon with a first down carry. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Ravens' 17-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Here's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
4th down.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there. Knew they were going to have great field position, went all out, got a little too aggressive.
And you have to understand your angles. They're cut down. When they're that backed up, you've got to be careful going after him.
So after the penalty, we'll have one final untimed play here before halftime. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked picked off at the 28. And he will be brought down. His time is now run out on this first half of action. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On first and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
First down, Baltimore.
A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On 2nd down, Hill. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. He'll run it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. from the gun. Jackson. That is caught at the 7. And the Ravens are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And the Ravens are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Brought down at the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on, and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. He's got it, and it's now a 21-16 lead.
Makes the score Ravens 21, Bengals 16.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And 1 at the 41-yard line.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Got an open man. It's Foster. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Robert Foster, 51 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He can run for it, and he will. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And no, it's incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this defense will take over right at midfield. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. Past the 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. No, no, no.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Short of the goal line.
Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run with Breida, and he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Matt Breida taking it in. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
3rd down.
Jackson now from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. He's picked off near his own 48, and the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
On 1st down, Mixon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Down to the 25. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
18 Cardinal.
Switch, switch, switch.
Dragon 60.
Here we go with Burrow. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6.
Is good.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 3rd down, Jackson being chased out left. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man, complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a 1st down on that effort. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Ball carrier.
J.K. Dobbins. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300-yard...
why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know Juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know Juice to